Most people buying a slim gaming laptop make the same mistake. They see thin, they see power, they see that gorgeous screen, and they buy it without knowing the one thing this laptop is hiding. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what that is, and you'll know whether this machine belongs in your life or not. Let's start with the moment you first pick it up, because that moment is genuinely surprising. This is a 16-inch gaming laptop that weighs 5.1 pounds and sits at just under 0.8 inches thick. Those numbers don't mean much until you actually hold it, and then suddenly every other gaming laptop you've ever carried feels like a mistake. If you're a student moving between classes all day, if you commute with your laptop, if you work from different places and play games at night, this thing doesn't punish you for moving around. Most gaming laptops do. This one doesn't. That's real, and it matters. The design is clean black metal. No aggressive angles, no RGB on the lid, nothing loud. There's a subtle logo engraved on the back that honestly looks more like a luxury product than a gaming one. If you want something that looks professional in a meeting and capable at a disk, this pulls that off without trying. But if you want your setup to look like it means business, something with personality and presence, this one's too quiet for that. It just sits there looking calm. Whether that works for you is entirely personal. Now, the display. And I want you to actually feel this rather than just hear numbers. You open a game on this screen and something is immediately different. The darkness in dark scenes is actual darkness. The colors in bright scenes have depth, not just brightness. Playing something like Cyberpunk 2077 on this panel, the neon city looks like a neon city, not a laptop trying to show you one. That's what a proper OLED does, and this one does it well. It's a 240 Hz panel, so motion is smooth, everything feels responsive, and for media consumption, this screen makes your content look better than you're used to. Films, YouTube, anything visual, it all benefits from what this display does. One honest heads up, strong ambient light or a window behind you will cause glare in darker scenes. It doesn't ruin the experience, but you'll notice it. Worth thinking about where this laptop sits in your space. The processor is an Intel Core Ultra 9 with 24 cores running up to 5.4 GHz. In real use, this chip is exceptional. You can have a game running, a video export going, 15 tabs open, and this machine doesn't slow down. It just handles it. If your laptop does double duty, work during the day, gaming at night, the CPU performance here is genuinely one of the strongest you'll find at this price. That's not marketing. That showed up clearly in every test. But here's what this laptop doesn't tell you on the box. That slim chassis that feels so good to carry, it's quietly suffocating the GPU. The RTX 5060 inside this machine is running at a reduced power limit because there's physically less room for cooling hardware when you build a laptop this thin. What that means for you in real life is that this RTX 5060 performs below what the same card delivers in thicker laptops at the same price. You're paying for an RTX 5060, but not getting the full RTX 5060 experience. In competitive games like Valorant or CS2, where settings are low anyway, you won't feel it much. But if you want to run modern AAA games at high settings, high resolution, high frame rates, this GPU in this body cannot fully deliver that. It trails competing laptops with the same card consistently. And there's one more thing. There's a feature called Optimus that automatically switches between graphics modes. During testing, it caused instability. A game crashed, there were hesitation moments between tasks. You can fix it by turning Optimus off in Acer's app, and switching manually to turbo mode gets you better performance. But on a $1,600 machine, you shouldn't be doing that homework. If you want this laptop without that GPU compromise, there's an RTX 5070 Ti version listed at $1,899, but it has appeared on sale at Best Buy for $1,549. If you can catch that deal, that version actually matches what this screen and this processor deserve. The keyboard is comfortable but unremarkable. Spacing is good, travel is fine, your wrists have room, but the key feedback is soft, not enough resistance under your fingers. If you type a lot for work or studying alongside gaming, that softness starts to irritate you after a few weeks. It's not painful, just unsatisfying. The touchpad, on the other hand, is smooth, responsive, and clicks well. No issues there at all. Now, the battery. And this is where the slim design shows its biggest cost. 5 hours. That's real-world battery life on this machine. Acer themselves rated at 5 hours maximum. For a laptop that feels this portable, 5 hours is a real problem if you actually move around. A student gets through maybe 2 lectures before searching for a plug. Someone working from a cafe is carrying that charger every single day. And here's the part that genuinely surprised me. There's a power-saving feature called Optimus that's supposed to extend battery life by switching to lower power graphics when you're not gaming. On this laptop, it made almost no meaningful difference, so the trade-off doesn't even pay off the way it should. If you game at a desk and this laptop stays plugged in most of the time, battery life simply doesn't affect your life. But if portability was genuinely part of why a slim laptop appealed to you, the battery doesn't support that promise the way the design suggests it will. That gap between how portable it feels and how long it actually lasts is the most important honest thing about this machine. Now here's where this laptop genuinely surprised me in a good way. The speakers. For how thin this chassis is, the audio is fuller than it has any right to be. Game dialogue is clear, combat sounds have real weight, content watching without headphones works well above average. Music reveals the limits at lower bass frequencies, but for gaming and everyday media, these speakers are comfortably above average for a slim laptop. The ports are where Acer really didn't cut corners. Thunderbolt 4, HDMI 2.1, two USB-C ports that both support external display output, 3 USB-A ports, a direct Ethernet port, headphone jack, and a micro SD slot, Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 5.4 inside. On a laptop this thin, that port lineup is almost shocking. You don't need a dock, you don't need adapters, everything just connects. That matters more in daily use than most people realize until they're on a thin laptop missing half the ports they need. One thing worth knowing before the final call. The base model has 16 gigabytes of RAM. For a $1,600 machine in 2025, that starts feeling limited if your work is memory heavy. In testing, a competing laptop with 32 gigabytes pulled ahead in creative workloads like Photoshop, even with a slower processor. If photo editing or large file work is part of your daily use alongside gaming, that RAM ceiling will show up. The SSD is fast, games load quickly, no complaints there, but 16 gigabytes is something to factor in for long-term heavy use. So here's the complete honest picture. This laptop has a stunning display, a class-leading processor, surprisingly good ports, a build quality that feels premium every time you pick it up, and a slim design that genuinely makes carrying a 16-inch gaming laptop feel different. But the GPU is being held back by the chassis. Battery life doesn't match the portability promise. The keyboard could be better, and 16 gigabytes of RAM at this price feels like a corner was cut. Who is this laptop actually for? If you game at a desk, plugged in, and you want the best screen experience in the slimmest 16-inch gaming laptop available right now, this is genuinely your machine. You will love that display every single day. The CPU will never slow you down, and the build will make you feel like you bought something premium. If you move around constantly and need real battery life, if you want maximum GPU performance without manual adjustments, if AAA gaming at full settings is your main goal, there is a better option. The Lenovo Legion 5i Gen 10 at $1499 costs less, performs better in games, lasts longer on battery, and has a more satisfying keyboard. It's thicker and heavier, and the screen isn't as beautiful, but it performs at its ceiling every single time without fighting itself. The Helios Neo is a beautiful machine, with a real limitation hiding inside it. If that limitation doesn't touch your life, you'll be happy every time you open it. If it does, you'll feel it every single day. Now you know which one you are. If this video helped you figure out where you stand, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this when they're searching for the same answer. And if you've got a question about something I didn't cover, or you've actually used this machine yourself, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. See you in the next one.